evening, good evening. It is Wednesday the 29th of April, our 6th week of lockdown. Hiya Vic. There's a few things I forgot to tell you you may need. You may need a wall. I've got a tiny little bit of wall. You may need, if you've got yours, especially if you've got yours, Vicky, your thing. Failing that, you can have a block. You might want a band for your feet. I'm trying to find my band in all this. You may want a band. You may want a wall. You may want a block. You may want a pillow. We're finishing with wheel, so at the end we're going to do a few little things for wheel. Hiya, Jeannie. So we're doing wheel today. So yeah, you might need a few of those things. If you haven't got it, I will let you know before, because we'll do it near the end, where I'll bring them in and I'll show you different versions in case you don't feel like going into full wheel. Then there's different ways you can kind of practice it. So we're just going to wait for a few more people to come in. I hope everybody's having a good day. Not too bad. I mean, with the rain stopped now, at least we've got a bit of sun. That's one good thing. And remember, if you want to join me on Friday evening, 8:30, for the Zoom class, just email me. I will put my email should be on the thing as well. But I will keep putting it up over the week about the Zoom class. I'll put that up again today, and my email, and then just email me, and then I will email you the invitation. Hi, V. Hiya, Sue. So, yes, I was just saying, for anyone just coming in, you may need a bit of a wall, maybe a block or a band, or you've got the wheel. You can have the wheel with you. We are going to finish with wheel. Oh, we're going to have a go at wheel anyway. So let's bring ourselves up onto our feet and get ourselves nice and warmed up. So making sure that your feet are underneath your hip and the feet are facing forward. If you lift the toes, think about the knees. Lift the knees up, tighten up this thigh muscle here, and bring the feet down. Make sure that the feet are even. You're not rolling in, you're not rolling out. I don't know if you can see my feet completely. And then you're tightening up the inside thigh, so imagine squeezing the legs. If you squeeze the bum, then you'll find that it's easy for the back muscle to tighten up, and then the side muscle will come in as well. Bring in your pelvic floor. So at the bottom, at the back, imagine you're in a lift, and at the front. We're going to do a bit of breathing, so we're going to leave that relaxed at the moment, otherwise it's really hard to breathe in the whole way down. Bring the shoulders back and down, tuck the chin in. We're just going to breathe in, lifting our arms up through the nose, and through our nose, breathe out, bring it back down. And what you're trying to do is just get rid of the day. So you're just breathing in. I'm going to do some yoga, and it's going to make me feel better. Breathing out. I want to get back to work. I miss seeing everybody. So it's just breathing in good vibes and breathing out bad vibes. We're going to do 2 more. And our last one. And then just breathe in, bring ourselves back. So we're going to stretch that neck, turning the palms round, pull everything in. Now, if you want, you can pull that abdominal and lock that in, because you're only using the upper part of the chest. You're only using the little lungs. You don't need that lower part. So push the hands towards the floor, stretch them fingers out. Imagine and see your nerves, your blood system, that it's nice and straight. Everything can run the way it's supposed to. The more bends you've got, the more you'll find crisp packets and moss stuck in the corners of your river. So nice and straight. Let everything move, the blood, the nerves, all being able to move in a nice, beautiful straight line. So we're going to breathe out and bring our chin down, and breathe in, bringing our head back. Breathing out and breathing in. 2 more back, 2 more forward. And then we're bringing it back to centre. So we're going to tick-tock the head from side to side. And again, we'll just use a little bit of breath. And 2 more on each side. And bringing it back. And again, the same thing. We're just looking over the shoulder, looking over the other shoulder, and again, 4 on each side. And 1 more. Bring it back to centre. So let's do the same thing with our upper body. Breathe in, lift up, stretch back. Breathe out, bend the knees. Bring the arms up behind. Oh, forgot my house rules. House rules, make sure that you're okay doing this. And maybe you've got high blood pressure, that you're keeping your head lifted. But this class is not really for anybody with blood pressure problems or slip discs, diabetes, joint problems, just because I'm not there with you. And make sure you've got enough room around you that you don't smack into anything. So we're going to do 2 more. And bring it down. So we're going to turn and look over our shoulder. Breathing out. Letting that waist start to move. Keeping the feet nice and flat. Feeling it diagonal pull through the body. Through the knees, the ankles, the chest, the back. And then we're bringing the head back to centre, and if the body wants to carry on, we let it carry on until it wants to stop. Let's take our legs nice and wide. Make sure you can still keep your feet flat on the floor, so they're just slightly wider than your hips. Take the palms out, the arms out, turn the palms facing up. Breathe in, stretch the arms apart, and as you breathe out, if you go towards your left, breathing in, stretching them arms, breathe out, take it over the other side. Breathe in, stretch them arms. Breathe out, go to the other side. If you want, you can turn the head and keep looking up and down, or you can keep the head looking forward. But make sure you're doing that stretch as you're breathing in. And as you're breathing out, you're moving. We're going to do 1 more on to the side. And bring it back down. So bring your weight onto your right leg or left leg, whichever you prefer. You can keep your foot on the floor, you can lift it up, it's up to you. We're taking it out, taking it round and bringing it back. Out, round and back. As if we're just working that hip. Should maybe stand on the mat that isn't going to move. I think that's 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's change feet. Just move that mat out. So again, keep it down if you need to. Take it out, turn it round, bring it forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring it down. So now we're going to bring it into our knees. Our knees don't move very much, so this is a slight movement. Now you have to make sure that your knees stay in line, that they don't come apart and they don't come together, that they always stay in line. They should be in line with your foot, and you don't want it going so far over that the heel lifts up or the knee goes past the toes. They have to be behind the heel, the toes. I'm going to lift my trousers up slightly so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, you've got a tiny, you straighten your legs up, you'll feel the muscle just at the front of the knee here. We're going to lift that up. We tend to do it with, when we lift our toes, this muscle here lifts it. But because we're going to be bending our legs, it doesn't work as easy. So now we've got to do that thing that our muscle was doing. So you're using your fingers like this, and you'll feel the bone on each side of your leg. Now, again, like I've always says, we're perfectly made so that everything fits perfectly where it's supposed to. So you'll feel your thumb will go one side, your finger will go the other. You'll find the bone underneath. I keep getting this thing on Facebook that says the helicopters are over, so maybe it's that. Something to do with the network. So if anything happens, let me know. I'll still be here if it goes off. So, like I was saying, we're going to use that muscle. So you're bending your knees slightly, keeping that back nice and straight, and you're going to use your fingers and you're going to slide the skin and the muscle up slightly and hold it there. Now you're keeping the knees bent, shoulders back, don't curl, otherwise you'll feel it right in that lower back. Looking towards the floor, so I'm looking up because I'm looking forward as if I'm talking to you. But you have to keep your head kind of in line so the neck's straight. Then you're going to just move the knees side to side. So they're not coming together, they're not going wider, they're staying in exactly the same line. Hence why you should be looking down at them, so that you can keep an eye on what's happening with your knees. But you'll feel this right into the ankle or the ligaments there. Then we're going to bring it back to centre. We're going to stand ourselves up and we're just going to push our hips forward slightly, because we should have felt that lower back because we were keeping it quite straight when we're doing it. So now we're going to move round in a circle. I'm going to stay this way. Same sort of thing, you're keeping the legs together. They're not coming apart, they're not coming close. So again, you're bending shoulders back, lift it up, tuck the chin in. Bend the knees as much as you can, then go to the side, bring it round. Now you're not locking that knee, you're keeping it slightly bent. You're going all the way round, okay? So we're going to do 5 one way, 5 the other. So we're taking it out, we're trying to straighten but not completely straighten. Bend the knees as much as we can but keeping the heels on the floor. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it back to centre. So now we're going to go in the opposite direction. Shoulders down, chin tucked, over to the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bring it back up. Give that hip a little push forward. Now let's bring it into our ankles and our heels. So taking it down a little bit further. We're going to bring the one foot up so you're on your tiptoe. Now, if you want to, especially if you're in shoes all day, and I know some people are still working, so they still have to put shoes on. A few of us aren't, we can say now slippers. But if you can, you're going to pull, when you bring your toe up onto your tiptoe, pull the toes out, give them a bit of a spread so that they stretch out. If they've been stuck in shoes all day, they might need that. You're going to keep one on your tiptoe, one heel straight down. Back is nice and straight, chin's tucked in. You're going to take the knee down. Now you're pushing the tiptoe foot forward. So the heel's going forward. You're pushing down, but you're keeping that back straight. You're not sticking your bum out. You'll feel it right down into your calf, your Achilles of your other foot. And then we're bringing it back up and we're going to change sides. I'm going to turn around. So again, pick it up if you need to. Pull them toes apart. Keep the back nice and straight. Keep one heel on the floor, the other one pushing forward. So you're not pushing it down, you want to push it forward. Bring it down. Feel the stretch in both, underneath the foot, on the one side where you're on your tippy toes, and the calf, the Achilles on the other side. And then bringing it back up. Give your foot a little walk. Give your bum a little shake, give your shoulders a little shake, give your head a little shake. Lovely. So, we're going to bring it into sunset. I'm going to move that so otherwise I can't keep sliding on it. So 2 sun salutations. Remember, we're stepping back with this our Wednesday one, so it's not a jumping one. We're bringing ourselves up into a lunge. And we only do 2 because Bo Liney likes 2. Bo's my little lady. I can't see you there yet, Bo. So we bring ourselves to the front of your mat, or the end of my screen. Have your feet in line, so either again they can be in line with the hips, or you wanted to make it a little bit harder, you bring them together and you squeeze everything. Tighten up them thighs, pulling the pelvic floor, pulling the abdominal, shoulders back and down. Bring the hands together in prayer. Push them together. So they're not in by your heart, they're out here. Now with this, you're going to tuck the chin in. Close your eyes if you can, but if you find that you wobble, that means usually that one of your muscles isn't pulled in. Start at the feet, make sure everything's nice and stacked. The shoulders aren't up there if they're pulling down and backwards, if you're pulling the shoulder blades together. Now, with this here, just have a quick think while you're breathing, if your eyes are closed. What do you want to get out of yoga? What do you want from it? And it can be anything. What do you want? And what's your heart's desire? Ask for it. You never know, you might get it. The universe can only say yes or no. So, we're going to reach our arms up as we breathe in, and we're reaching back, looking towards the hands. Get a nice stretch through the front of the body. Breathe out, take the hands out, bring the hands to the floor. Now if you need to, you can bend the knees, you can have a block under there. Let your head drop. You're going to breathe in and come to a half lift. If you need to, you can place your hands on your legs, push your chest forward and down. Then you're going to bring the hands down. We're stepping back with our right foot and dropping our hips down. You can stay here. You can come up to your leg and you can stay there keeping the shoulders. You can lift one arm, you can lift 2 arms. You're reaching back. We're bringing the hands down. You can step back to down dog. Find the position that's right for you. Stretch your fingers out. Make sure you're pushing mainly with your thumb and your index finger, that you're not collapsing into your wrists. If you want to, you can walk them feet, trying to get one heel at a time. We're coming up onto our tiptoes and we're coming forward to plank. Remember, you can drop your knees if you need to. We're bending the elbows, we're bringing our chest down, sliding and lifting, shoulders back. Keep the knees down, lift them up, it's up to you. Step back into down dog. Lift your left foot up in the air. See if you can push the heel of your right foot down a little bit more. It might go. Look forward. Pull the knee in towards your chest. Squeeze it in. Move forward. Flex the foot. Flick it out. If it doesn't go, drag it off. Shoulders back. Breathe in. Keep that drop low. Lift up. Bring the hands down. Push back. Step in. Let the head drop. Breathe in, lift up. Here we go, one more. Reaching back as we breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Half bend. Left foot, breathe out. Breathe in to warrior lunge. Breathe out as you come to down dog. Breathe in as you come up onto your tiptoes and breathe out as you come to plank. Breathe in as you lift into cobra, up dog, sphinx, whatever's better for you. Breathe out, come back to down dog. Breathe in, lift that right leg up and see if you can push the left foot down. Pull it in towards the chest. Breathe out as you flick it out. Breathe in again to lift. Oh, hello, Mr. Magpie. And breathe out to bring it in. Lift the head, breathe in, reach back, hands together, breathe out. Okay. Lovely. So, you may need a band of some sort. Doesn't matter which, you may need a chair or a wall for your balance. We're going into big toe balance. So with this, we're going to start off, and I'll do an easier version where we're not taking the leg out, or an alternative version thing. So if you start on your right leg, you'll tighten all the muscles up in that leg, lifting the toes, engaging that front leg. Imagine squeezing the legs together. Don't worry about this leg so much. We're just working on the one we're standing on. Squeezing the bum muscles, back, side, pulling in our pelvic floor, putting our abdominal muscle in, shoulders back. When we find a spot on the floor, we can lift the leg up. Now you may want to hold it underneath, and you might be able to push it out in that direction and bring it in. You may be able to grab hold of your big toe and push out. You may want a band, and you put your foot in the band, grab as close to your foot as possible and push out. I'll do it sideways. So like I said, if you've got a wall, I'm not going to use my door because otherwise this is a concertina door, it'll just fly open. So I'm going to use my wall. You'll tighten all the muscles that you're standing on, bring it up, grab wherever you can, push out. If you can, let go of the wall. And then bring it and bring it down. So let's try the other foot. So again, make sure you've got something if you need to hold on to. If you need that band, use the band. It doesn't matter. It's about what's easier for you. So we're going to find our spot. We're going to bring our foot up. If we can grab our toe, we grab our toe. Or with your toe, when you're grabbing with that finger and locking with that. So you're kind of holding it like that. And you're pushing down on the finger with your thumb. And that's how you lock. That's how I lock. There's different ways, but that's the way that you kind of like taught. Do whatever you want, whichever you prefer. So, here we go. Lifting it up, pushing it out. See if you can let go. And then bend the knee, bring it back in. You'll see that works on the stomach. It's working here. It's working all through that lower back. So we're going to do the same sort of thing, but then we're going to see if we can move it out. So let me show you first before you do it. That way you can find a spot to look at rather than looking at me while I'm doing it and trying to do it at the same time. That way you're definitely going to fall over. So we're grabbing our toe again. We're pushing out. So watch me first. You're taking it out to the side. You can either keep looking at your dot or you can turn and look to the side. Again, bring it back to centre, bend it in, bring it back down. Use that wall if you want to. So, let's have a go at that. I'm going to use the walls so that I get into the space. So here we go. Grabbing hold of your foot. Use your band if you need to. Lift it up. Turn it to the side. Let go if you can. And see if you can turn your head. We're bringing it back, we're bending the knee, and we're bringing it back down. So let's try the other side. So find your spot, tighten up the muscles in your leg, use the wall if you need to, stretch it out, take it out to the side. Turn away if you can. And bring it back, bend the knee, bring it down. Give yourself a little shake. Oh, goddess pose. So goddess pose is great for your thighs, great for your bottom, and also we're going to work your stomach as well. So we're going to do a twist with it. We're taking our feet a little wider than our hips, and we're going to turn our toes out. But we're making sure that our knees, again, are going the same direction as our toes. We don't want to be turning our toes out and our toes are going that way, but then our knees start to go in that direction. Or in that one. Very rare they go in that direction, they tend to go in that one. Especially when we start to move. So we're going to hold them as well. So, we're taking them slightly wider. We're turning the heels out. I've got an itchy eye there. Hay fever. It's the rain, it gets me all the time. Making sure now that your feet, you're pushing down through the outside edge of the feet as well. Otherwise, the feet will roll in. And again, that puts pressure on the knees. So you want to make sure that you're pushing down through the whole range of the foot, all the way around. We're keeping our body nice and straight. If we want to take our hands on the inside of your thigh, and as you sit down, sort of push into the knees so that they don't roll in. Shoulders come back. Hold it here. This is goddess pose. Now, if you wanted, you could take the knees, if they weren't rolling in, take the hands off, palms up, lift them up, tuck the chin in, hold it here. Imagine someone's pulling your arms in either direction and your knees, they're pulling backwards. Now this is great for your thighs, but also it's working the backs of them arms pretty good as well. And then bring it back up, turn the palms, bring them down. So we're going to go into a twist. Again, let me show you before we go into it. So we're going down. We're going to then bring our hands to our knees, because this time whenever we go to the side, what tends to happen is that knee follows us. We don't want it to. So if we press against it, we're going to then bring in our shoulder down to the side, but we're pushing them knees out, and then we're bringing it back up, and then we're doing the other side, and we're going to do this twice on each side. So bringing ourselves back up, make sure your legs are facing the right direction, bend your knees, check that them toes and the knees are in the same direction. Oh sorry, I just lost Facebook there for a minute, hopefully you'll all come back. So from here, pushing out, you're bringing your left shoulder towards your right knee. I know I'm backwards, but I get way confused trying to turn it round the other way as well. So here we go. Listen to what I say rather than I do. Left shoulder down towards the right side. Pull them legs out. Tuck the chin in. Then breathing in, bringing yourself back up. Breathe out, take it down to the other side. Feel that stretch through the lower back. Breathe in. Bring it back. I'm going to come back and come back up. So I'm going to turn to the other side. Turning my feet out. Bringing the hands down to the inside. Taking myself down. Shoulders back. Right down to the left side. And breathing in. Back up. Breathe out. And breathe in, and then bring it back up. Give your legs a little shake. So we're going to bring ourselves down to the floor, but we're going to walk down through. Are we doing down? No, I'm not doing down dog, but still we'll walk down. We're going to walk down, so into down dog. So breathing out, bring the hands down. Walk the hands forward. Push back to down dog. Other way. Come up onto the tiptoes. Come down. Push back to child. And then from here, I'm going to get you to come back up. So we're going into into camel pose. Now, hopefully I've got everybody came back when that one went off. I don't know what happened to Thingy then. It just keeps going Facebook. So Well, if you need to come out of this position, because it's a bit of a killer while I'm talking, if you've got a block, you may want that if you can't reach your heels. So again, let me show you first before you go into it. So we're going into camel. Now you can have your foot flat down like this, or you can come up onto your tiptoe. I can't see, I bet you can't see my feet on Facebook. I'm ever so sorry about that. If you can come up onto your tiptoes, you might want to come up on your tiptoes. If that's still too far, you can get a block. You can also get a chair so that you're reaching back onto a chair, so you don't have to go too far. I'm going to bring my toes up because it's easier, it might be easier to see. We're going to, so again, watch first. We're breathing in, pushing the hip forward. And if we want, we can do one at a time. So you're bringing your hand towards your heel. Then you can lift the other one up. Then to breathe out, we bring the hand forward, and that'll help to bring us forward as well. We're going to do one on each side, and then we're going to attempt 2 double ones. And the reason we're doing 2 double is because in case people are doing single. So I don't want them to feel as if they're only doing one side. So we're going to start with the back. So we're going to start with our right hand, sorry. So push the hips forward, lean back, shoulders back, breathe in, lift the right hand, bring it all the way down, see if you can place it on your heel. And then lifting the other arm, breathe out. Hold it here, breathe in. 3 breaths if you can. And then you're going to bring the left hand forward and let the body follow it up. So let's do the other side. So again, pushing the hips forward. Breathing, lifting and taking that left hand round. Lift the other arm up. Breathe out. Now 3 breaths. Make sure you're controlling that head. You're not letting it go back like this. Now you've got control. You don't feel any stress on the back of the neck or the front of the neck. So again, as we're breathing out, we're going to lift the arm up and let us follow it. So now we're going to do it double. If you find it too much, you'll go back to one side at a time. And then we'll do it, like I said, we'll do it twice. So I'm going to turn around. And I'm taking my feet down. So we're pushing our hips forward. We're starting with that left arm. As we breathe in, we're lifting it over and seeing if we can bring that other one down. Let the hips push forward. Pull them shoulders together. Now from here, when we're coming out, we're not going to come forward. We're dropping our bottom down. If you're doing it single, you're coming forward like we did earlier. So as you're breathing out, you're dropping your bum down and you're pushing your head forward to child. From here, we're going to lift back up. Okay, so I'm going to do it the other way around now. So again, we'll start with the right hand this time. We're bringing the left hand in as well. The left hand, sorry. Turn around, I've confused myself there. So, pushing the hips forward. So remember, if you're doing it single, do it single from here. Lifting that left hand, reaching it over. On the same breath, we're bringing the other hand back. We're pushing the hips forward, pulling the shoulders. Where's the easiest place to breathe? It won't be your chest and it won't be your back, but it might be the side of your lungs. And then we're dropping our hips, we're rolling forward, we're letting our body relax. And then from here, we're going to sit back up to hero. Lovely. So, come off your knees again while we're going into Crescent Moon. So again, I'll show you first and then we can go into it together. Now with this, having your hands in front, you're going to bring your right foot in front. You're pushing down. You can bring your hand onto your leg, keeping the one hand so that you can use that push. You can take the same leg, same arm off and then the other one up. Looking up, keep dropping the hips. Okay, so that's Crescent Moon. If you get to the point that you can't lift your arms, you keep your hands where they are. So, again, if we start on our hands and knees, we're going to bring our right foot between our hands. And we're pushing down. If you can, that right leg, you're taking it back a little bit. You might have to come up onto your toes and wiggle it back. That's fine. Any way you can get it back. If you find it's too much, put something underneath the knee. You're not going to be pushing too much on there, really. So now you're pushing into your hip. You'll feel it stretch under here. You'll feel it stretch here. Shoulders back. Bring the hands onto the knees. Breathing in, push back. Pull them shoulders down. Lift up. Again, don't overstretch that neck. Whichever leg is out, so it's my left leg, my left hand's going to come up. And I'm reaching back. I'm keeping that stretch on. I'm going to take this hand. If I drop forward, then you just use that hand to keep pushing back. Lift it up. Every time you're breathing out, you're breathing into this area, the psoas muscle, right into the center, trying to stretch this area here. This is our sitting down muscle. It likes us to be forward. And then we're bringing ourselves back down. Push back and bring that knee down. Let's try the other side. So bring that left foot between the hands. Take that right knee back a little bit further. If it doesn't want to go, then don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. Again, push into the hip. Feel the stretch. So this is kind of like a half splits as well at the same time. Because we're taking our arms up, it becomes crescent moon. So lifting the body up, but still pushing. Don't push back in that position. Keep pushing forward. Roll the shoulders back and down. Lifting the right hand up, reach back. Keep that push, and then see if you can bring the other arm off. Looking up towards the hands. If they touch perfect, if not, if it feels like it's cramping your throat a bit too much, keep them apart. Breathe into your hips. And then bringing it back down. Push back. One more. So breathing, bringing the foot through, taking the back leg back, pushing forward, lifting up, shoulders back, lifting the arm. Now when I talk about breathing into the hips, that sounds a bit weird, but it just means when you breathe out, try and push down here. Breathe in, stretch the arms, and breathe out, just let the hips drop down. Imagine as you're breathing, you're opening up here, and as you're breathing out, it's kind of just letting go, which you will. And then we're bringing the hands down, we're pushing back. Let's change it last time. So pushing forward, okay for time, lifting up, shoulders back, lifting the arms, dropping down. And then bringing it down, pushing back, push back into child, let the head relax. If the head doesn't touch the floor, use your fist, let your head relax. It's been lifting back, so you want to make sure that it relaxes as well. And then we're going to bring ourselves up, and hopefully you can see me doing this. I might have to bring you down onto the floor, so I apologise. I'm trying not to drop yous. I'm bringing you down on the floor. Sorry about that. Oh, that's no good. That's better. So, this is frog pose. Now, it's a really strong pose on your knees. So, if it hurts too much on your knees, stop. Come out of it. And you're also going into a bit of a bend. So, you're going to use your arm to push down. And again, we're going to do one on each side. And two, I think I've got enough time to do two, the same, like a double again on both. But if it's too much, you can always stick with one. So, the arm first. I'll start with the upper body. I'll come down this way and then I'll do the other way so you can see. You're bringing the elbow underneath and it's already starting to push you up. So you don't want to be down here. You want to be lifting as much as you can. But the elbow and shoulder are in line. That's that bit. Then we're lying down. We're going to bring the foot up and you're grabbing hold and you're trying to bring the heel past your bum cheek. So not onto your bum cheek, past your bum cheek, as if it's going to the floor. Now the part where your toes turn like that is the perfect place for your hand, the palm of your hand, the nice soft bit, to sit just inside. And you're just pushing it down towards there. Okay, so let's get into that. So bring your arm underneath, lifting your upper body up so you've already got this arch starting in the spine. You're looking forward, so don't look back. I'm looking back because I'm trying to watch what I'm doing, but you're looking forward. You're lifting the foot, reaching back, seeing if you can get the hand over and just pushing down. And then we're going to do the other side. So again, we're changing the arm, keeping that upper body lifting up. We're bringing the foot up, we're reaching back, but we're not looking at it. We're just trying to push it down. You'll feel this right through that front thigh. You may get cramp in your backside because the spine, that backside does not like stretching at all. Or rather, it doesn't like contracting, not stretching. Stays stretched most of the time. And then we're bringing it down. Have I got you still? Yeah. But I've lost Facebook then. So now we're going to try two. But like I said, if you prefer, you can just do one at a time. So I'm bringing myself up, grabbing hold. I'm grabbing hold. I'm trying to lift my chest at the same time. Elbows are in the air, but we're trying to push the heels towards the floor. And then relax. So we're going to do one more time. You'll feel this pulling right into the stomach muscles. Nice deep stretch for the stomach muscles. So here we go again. Remember, we were doing it single. We're going to change over now. So we're lifting up. We're bringing them heels down. Keeping the elbows in the air. Trying to lift the chest up as much as we can. Keep pushing them heels towards the floor. Keep breathing. And then relax. So bringing your hand underneath your head, let your feet drop, let your head relax down. So, we're going to work on different ways of working that back. So if you didn't want to go fully into wheel, or you feel you can't press up yet, or you're pressing out when you try it, then starting off trying to get the back to stretch and especially the shoulder. So if you're someone who's constantly here, you might find that having the brick and doing the sort of where you're putting the brick just underneath the shoulder blades around here, but do it that way. So you're having it sort of there, and you're letting, so it's underneath the shoulder blade, you're letting your shoulders come down, you're letting your head rest on the floor and sitting down, so that it opens and pulls the shoulders out. Now this is quite uncomfortable, it's not very nice, but the more you do it, the more it'll open up the shoulder blades here and stops you from curling too much, so that you're not pushing in this direction as opposed to pushing up when you come out. Whenever you're coming out of this, make sure that you're bringing your heels up and you're rolling over and out of it. Now you can always do the same if a block is too much. You can always try a rolled up towel. You can try a pillow, anything that just kind of gives you a little bit of a stretch up. Then you'll find that some people have got the wheel. Now the wheel again is beautiful, but it can be dangerous. It's a wheel. It will fly away if you're not looking after it properly. So what you have to do with this is to hold on to it. So I'll show you a quick with this. And because your head's going upside down in this, you have to be really careful. So anybody with blood pressure problems, hence why I was saying it's not really great for people with blood pressure. You're bringing it as close to your back and you're holding it with your thumbs underneath and holding it and then bringing your knees in. You're letting your head come back, letting your shoulders come back, and you're just lifting up and going down. You're taking your time with it. Never go straight over. Always have your control. You're controlling it with your feet. You're controlling it with your hands. You can let the head drop down. But like I said, if you're doing this, be very careful. Lift your head up and roll back. And again, have a think how you're feeling. So I'm going to take you back up onto your hands. Hence why if you haven't got a wall, if you've got a wall that you can use, make sure that it's a wall. Don't use doors. Yes, I've got a door here. Now this door here, I know it opens this way. So, and I know nobody's in the toilet. So I know no one's going to come through. But because it's got the handle on, you don't want to do anything in case you come down and you hit the handle. These doors here, they've opened this way still, but they aren't very strong and I wouldn't trust my body weight not knocking them off their hinges. And then you don't want doors that open the other way in case somebody walks in and just opens the door, doesn't know what you're doing. So always take your time. Now, if you have got a wall, you want to stand by the wall and you stand so that your hand is in line with your shoulder. From there, you're turning the hand up and you're looking back. You don't have to go anywhere. You can just do some pushes. Then lifting the head and rolling back. And just doing little bits like that so it gets your body, starts getting you ready for coming up. And it'll do the upper body. I'll take you down on the floor now and we'll do the lower body. But it's a good way of just getting the body used to coming up and down. So always taking your time when you're coming out to see how you feel. So there's a few little ones for the upper body. The lower body we'll do with bridge. So that's something that we tend to do often. So we're going to go into half bridge or pelvic lift, a pelvic lift. That's what we're going to go into. So it works the lower part of the spine. But to work the upper part, blocks the wheel or against there is always a good one to do. So for the lower part, which is a lot easier to do, you're going into bridge. So we're bringing our feet in close to our bum or moving our bum towards our feet, whichever's easier, and rolling yourself down. If I lift my top, we'll start with our lower back. So you're keeping your hands here. You can have them above your head if you want. But otherwise, for most people, if you turn your palms over and bring your shoulders underneath, it'll protect your head and it starts to stretch your chest anyway. But from here, you're pushing the spine right down. Then you're going to lift and push the hips up, breathing in. Coming all the way up onto your shoulder blades, but not your neck. And then to come down, you're tilting the pelvis up. You're rolling the spine down, trying to get each part of the spine down. Blah, blah, blah. Get that arch down, and then you've got to roll all the way to your tailbone. So you're opening, making a great big arch in your spine, but keeping your shoulder blades down. You're then pushing down, and you're lifting up. And again, we're rolling and all the way over. So for some people, this is just beautiful. It's lovely to work. It works your spine, works your stomach, works your back. So with this, you're breathing out as you're pushing down. You're doing a forward bend with your hips. Then we're going to lift up as we're breathing in. So we're going into a back bend. Then as we're coming down, we're going into that forward bend again. So we're breathing out. And then as we're rolling to our tailbone, we're breathing in because we're going into a back bend. So you can see that all of them are moving. Now, let's get our arms in the right position. So we're going to use our hands. We're going to get our hands and give them into the right position, the right place. So I'm going to turn around so you can see. So from here, we're bringing our fingers and we're trying to place them flat down with our elbows turning up. I'm going to take my hair out because eventually you'll have to get your head down. Woo. So from here, we're bringing the hands down. Elbows are pointing up to the ceiling. We're pushing the hips down. We're again lifting up. And then we're going to tilt our head, look backwards and come onto the top of our head. Then we're going to tuck the chin in and breathing out to roll down. So we're going to try again. So we've lifted all the way up to our, lifting our self up. Well, turn sideways. So the hands are in that position. We're lifting up here. We're breathing out. We're pushing down. We're breathing in. We're pulling up. And we're going onto our head. Then we're breathing out all the way down. And then breathing in to lift. So we're all in the right position now. Once you're on your head, if you want, you can stay there for a little bit and then you can adjust the hands. So again, I'm going to turn round. What time have I got? Oh, gotta be quick. So we're going to come from there, dropping the spine down, lifting up, coming onto the top of our head. Once you're here, breathe, adjust your hands, adjust your feet if you need to, and then you're just pushing with the hands. Now, it's like I said, you'll either push backwards or forwards or sideways, and that'll kind of depend on what your shoulders can do. And most of the time, like I said, majority of the time, it's got to do with fear more than anything else. When you're coming out, you're tucking your chin in, you're bringing yourself down, and you're rolling down. Okay? Should we have another go? One more before we go? So, hands back. Push the hips down, breathing in, lifting up onto the head. Get yourself into the position that feels more comfortable for you. Breathing as you're pushing up. Try and hold it for a couple of breaths. And then tuck the chin in, bring it down. Now bring the knees in, pull them in towards your chest. Now we've got into a back bend. This is now a forward bend. Again, doesn't look like a forward bend, but it is. If we do the other way around, it's a child, which is a forward bend. We're bending from the hips. So we're pulling ourselves back in. Stay here, have a couple of breaths. And then I'm going to bring you up onto your bum. Whew. Lovely. So, sit in any position you want. We're just going to do a bit of breathing. On Friday I started with alternative breathing, so that's the one we're going to stay with today. You're going to use your two fingers are in this position, your thumbs against your nose, that one's against there. If you want to see more about it, have a look on YouTube. You're going to breathe up your left nostril if you're right-handed, or your right nostril if you're left-handed. And we're just going to do a few. So, letting your body relax. Breathe in through the left nostril if you're right-handed. We're going to do 5. You're going to seal it with your finger, keeping your fingers on your nose, and then you're going to breathe out down your right nostril. That's 1 round. Okay? So we're going to go 5 of these. So placing the fingers there, thumbs there. Take your finger away, breathe in. Seal it here. 2 seconds. 1, 2. Take the thumb away, breathe out. Hold it for about 2 seconds and then breathe in through the left nostril. Seal it. Take the thumb away, breathe out down the right. Seal it, hold that breath out. Take the finger away, breathe in. Seal it. Take the thumb away, breathe down the right. Seal it. Breathe in through the left. Seal it. Breathe out through the left, the right, right. Then we're taking our hands away. We're going to breathe in, lifting our arms up, and then out through the mouth. And these are just relax the breathing. So again, breathe in and breathe out. And our last one. Bring the hands together. Touch them to the heart. Breathe out. Thank you very much for joining me. Again, Facebook, sorry, I don't know what happened, why it kept plonking out. Let me know how everything felt. If there's any problems, also let me know. I'll be online for about another hour. So anything you want to give me a shout for, give me a shout. And then tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, is the adapted yoga. So anybody with high blood pressure, diabetes, joint problems, it'll be that. I can't remember what we're doing, but I will have a look. So yeah, listen out for that. And then tomorrow evening is at 7 o'clock, so because we're clapping at 8 o'clock for everybody. 7 o'clock is the freestyle fitness yoga, so it's a bit more jumpy. Anyone that did it Monday, again, let me know how it was. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Vic. Because it might, I moved a bit faster on Monday, so again, I'm going to do it fast on Friday. And then there's also, if you're looking for more things, Brutal Impact Team, Windmill Boxing, Yoga with Jess, Fit for Life for over 60s, and Debbie Knight for over 60s. So there's all these other people that are doing stuff out there, and it's all free. Go and check them out because they're wonderful people, and it's a pleasure to know them. So take care, and I will see you all soon. So hiya, Mike. No worries, Sati. Hiya, Savannah. Hiya, Katie. Hiya, Grace. So hopefully, like I said, this week I'll be better on my Zoom class, and I've got longer on my Zoom class as well. So I don't have to, hello, Pamela Smith. I don't have to rush this time. So no worries, Sati and V. Thank you. Take care. See you soon. Bye.